school graduation ceremony. My name is Brett Taylor. I'm the Director of Alternative Ed with Ventura County Office of Education. Before we begin our ceremony, I'd like everyone to please rise and join us for our Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You guys can all have a seat. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge the Gateway staff who work tirelessly to support our students online and in person. So if you guys can all turn around, say hi. And then, I know this may not be exactly what you've always dreamed about or imagined for your high school graduation ceremony. However, that's okay. Because oftentimes during these unprecedented, strange, stressful, tragic, and often complicated times in society and across the world today, I'll tell you one thing remains constant, permanent, and valuable in your life. And Diego will tell you, that's the knowledge that you gain from your education. And the high school diploma you earn today, no one's ever going to be able to take away from you. No matter what diversity or what promise you experience in life and in the future, you'll always have your high school diploma as part of a foundation that you've built in your lifetime. Okay? So, with that being said, I'd like to invite Ms. Jenna Pujols, teacher, to the podium to say a few words to our graduate.
Good morning. I am honored to be a part of Diego's graduation celebration today. It was a true joy and pleasure to be his independent study teacher this semester. He was an excellent independent study student, always on time, always with homework completed, and always stayed in communication with me. Diego is overall just a great person to be around. He is sincere, mature, kind, honest, exceptionally humble, reflective. I could go on with a long list of positive character traits that he possesses. It was a privilege to be a small part of Diego's high school journey. Now I know that this is not exactly how Diego envisioned ending his high school experience, but he is thankful for the opportunity that Gateway gave him, and he is so proud to be receiving his high school diploma today. Diego spent 3.5 memorable years at Oxnard High School, 2 of those years on the football team. He has also worked part-time for many of his high school years, including his time on independent study. When Diego reflects on the incident that got him here to Gateway, he sees it as a life lesson. He chooses to learn from his past and use it as motivation for his future. After graduation, he plans to enroll at local community college and ultimately pursue a career in criminal justice. I have no doubt that Diego will go on to accomplish great things. Congratulations, Diego. I wish you all the best. You're welcome.
Let me really quick acknowledge one of our dignitaries that walked in, Ms. Regina Reed, the Executive Director of Special Education for Ventura County Office of Ed. Diego, I'm not sure if you even know about this next part, but we're going to get into some good things now, okay? Basically, we're going to send you off into adulthood right now. But before we do, it goes with great honor that I'm able to present this on behalf of Dr. Charles Weiss, Hueneme School District Board Member, as well as a former Ventura County Superintendent of Schools. I'm pleased to announce that Diego is also the recipient of the VCOE Chuck Weiss Scholarship in the amount of $300. So congratulations. So that's in here, and there's a certificate that goes with that as well. Okay, so you can go ahead and have that. You're not done yet. Okay, now we're going to move on to some very important things. And that's the issuing of the high school diploma. Okay? Our Board of Education also has written you a letter. You'll be able to read that on your own. If you could please stand up. As the Director of Alternative Education for Ventura County Office of Education, I hereby certify that Diego has successfully completed all the requirements set forth by the State of California and the Ventura County Office of Education and is ready to join the class of 2020. And it goes, I proclaim to all present that Diego Mosquero has met all graduation requirements set forth by the state. So, graduation, here it is, Diego, that's your diploma. Congratulations. Graduates traditionally move their tassel from the right side to the left of their hats to indicate that they have achieved the end of studies and begun a new phase of life. Diego, please move your tassel. I hereby present to you Diego Mosquera, who is the newest member of our Gateway Community Class of 2020. We're going to take a few pictures. We do have some waters. We do ask. Welcome to the 2020 Gateway Community School graduation ceremony. My name is Brett Taylor, and I'm the Director of Alternative Education with Ventura County Office of Ed. Before we begin our ceremony, I'd like everyone to stand up one more time and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You guys can go ahead and have a seat. I'd like to acknowledge a very important dignitary we have on campus today for the graduations. It's Ms. Regina Reed, Executive Director of Special Education Programs with Ventura County Office of Ed. I'd also like to take this time to acknowledge all of our Gateway staff who work tirelessly to support our students either online or in person. So thank you to Gateway staff. So let me begin by saying I know this may not be exactly what you've always dreamed about for your high school graduation, Ivan, but that's okay. Because during these unprecedented times, these strange and stressful times, tragic, often complicated in society and across the world today, one thing is going to remain constant in your life, permanent, valuable, and that's the knowledge you gain from your education and the high school diploma you earn today. No one can ever take that away from you, no matter what diversity or promise you experience for the rest of your life. You will always have your high school diploma as part of the foundation that you have built for your life. With that being said, I'd like to ask Ms. Lene to come to the stage and say a few words about Ivan before we get to the good things, and that's issuing the high school diploma. So thank you.
Well, hello everybody. We made it. Ivan, congratulations. I am beyond proud of you. I am one of Ivan's biggest supporters. I am one of his teachers here at Gateway. as case manager. He came to us in January of 2019 and quickly wormed his way into many of our hearts. Ivan has a big personality, but he's got a big heart. And I couldn't be more proud of him. He worked very hard these last couple of months to graduate here at Gateway. And we had several meetings to return him back to district, but we just did not want to let him go because we were afraid that if he went back to district, we wouldn't be standing here right now. So I just want to thank Mom and Dad and brothers. Thank you so much. Without your support, it would never have happened. I hope you realize what a wonderful family you have, Ivan. And I just want to say congratulations. So proud of you, and I know you're going to do good things, especially with your art. Follow your heart. You know, go to college, go to a trade school, and you're going to be successful no matter what you do, Ivan. Okay? Great. I just want to thank you, and may the ceremony begin.
So, real quick, I hadn't planned on saying anything about Ivan, but I'm going to take a couple minutes, or a minute, just to tell you, there's not a lot of kids that really reach out and touch an adult's heart like he has. And in 2 years getting to know him, I'll tell you, no matter what he does, when this kid's got a clear, level head, he's the most joyous kid to be around on our whole campus. And I've found a place in his heart because I got a tagged Taylor on my roof that I keep and I'll keep forever as a keepsake for Ivan because of his art ability. And then there was times too where it wasn't the best times here, but we made it work. Like when I gave him a ride home in my Porsche, this kid thought it was like a daily event. He's like, Taylor, can I get a ride home in the Porsche? And I'm like, no, we'll have to wait till next time. But it was 2 times we ended up going? Yeah, and both rides were pretty good. But I am gonna miss Ivan a lot, just because, like I said, when he's got a clear head and when he smiles, it's just like, it really is an infectious personality, and his charisma can never be taught to anybody, and he has that deep inside, and people like to be around him, and I wish you all the best of luck in the future. But let's get to the most important part of this ceremony. If you could please stand for me, Ivan. I gotta read this because it's so important. It is with great pleasure that I, Brett Taylor, Director of Alternative Education, proclaim to all those present that Ivan Gouveia has met all high school graduation requirements for the state of California and the Ventura County Office of Education, and is now ready to become a member of the high school graduating class of 2020. Congratulations, Ivan. Graduates traditionally move their tassel from the right side to the left side of their graduation hats to indicate that they have achieved the end of studies and begun a new phase of life. So, Ivan, if you could move that over. Now, I hereby present to you Ivan Gouveia, who is our newest member of the Gateway Community School class of 2020. Ivan wants to say something.
I just want to say thank you to everybody who, got me through this. At first, I wasn't the best student, but I made it. And, I thank everybody, every single one of you guys who got me through and made me a successful person. Thank you.
Yay, Ivan! The graduate! The graduate! Let's hear a song with you going.
¿No lo vas a bailar?
Ahorita no. That's
You
what I
match
thought.
your car.
Are you going to take a picture with your phone?
Yeah, I was in-
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the 2020 Gateway Community School graduation ceremony. My name is Brett Taylor. I'm the Director of Alternative Education with the Ventura County Office of Education. Before we begin our ceremony, I'm going to ask that everybody please rise and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Before we begin, I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge our Gateway staff who works tirelessly to support all of our students, either online, in this case in person, but hopefully we'll get things back to normal in a few months. So I want to thank everybody in our Gateway staff. So, Jason and Justin, I know this may not be exactly what you've dreamed about or imagined in terms of your high school graduation ceremony, but it's okay, because during these unprecedented, strange, stressful, tragic, and often complicated times in society and in the world today, one thing remains constant, permanent, and valuable in one's life, and that's the knowledge you gain in your education. The high school diploma you're going to earn today, no one can ever take that away from you, no matter what. Even through whatever diversity you have in your life or whatever promise you have in your life, the experience you're going to get today from earning your high school diploma can never be taken away. And your high school diploma is always going to be a foundation that you have built in your entire life. So, congratulations. I'm going to allow Miss Jamie Pollock to the podium to say a few words to our graduates before we go on to the presentations.
Welcome. So I'll start with Jason. He's older. So I always saw you around Gateway over the years and never had the pleasure of having you as my student until you returned on independent studies on your own will. On IS, you were so respectful, worked hard, never missed an appointment, and even ended up spending Thursday mornings in room 2 just to get more work time in. One of my favorite memories is seeing you at a back-to-school night when you had already returned to district. You came to support your brother and your mom because family is important to you, and that shows. And you also came because Gateway and Jason is a good fit. The tacos may have been a factor too. Staff always spoke highly about you and how smart you are. That's all I ever heard of before you were my student, and you proved them right. You really can do anything you set your mind to. Jason has a few options he sees for his future. The first one being to work 2 jobs and make that money. The second one is to join the military, serve his commitment period, then return to civilian life and find employment with his new skills and the benefits that come from that. Those are really good options. Careers he has thought about are corrections officer, probation officer, even a teacher, if it didn't take so much work, schooling. Although for now he really doesn't want to start college, Jason agreed to revisit the idea of continuing his education in the future, whether that's college, CEC, or some other vocational ed. Justin, where do I even begin? Okay, I have a million funny memories of you in class, 0 memories of you being disrespectful to me, which says a lot when you have the same teacher almost all day. You always brought such a positive vibe to the room and a willingness to learn. Even if you didn't get it, you'd be like, okay, let's try it, let's do this, and that kind of changed the whole classroom into doing it too. You didn't give up when work got tough, and now you have proof of that, your high school diploma. There's so many talents, okay, and natural leadership skills, yet are humble and approachable. These qualities made you an asset to the class. I will definitely miss your cool, calm, collected presence in room 2. Some of Justin's favorite memories of Gateway are the celebrations, like Maribel's baby shower, the community circles, and just messing around in room 2. Although I do think you forgot to maybe mention all the wins in handball.
Oh,
Justin is currently working nights, but sees himself either going to school to become a mechanic or joining the military. Some careers he entertains are being a highway patrol officer and a police officer. Both boys listed their mom as their hero because she's strong, supportive, always there for them, just everything. You're their role model. To close, you guys both started with us in 2017. You in January and you in August. That's a long time ago, right? And it hasn't always been easy, hasn't always been smooth, right? There's been hiccups, but it has been worth all the amazing work by staff, by your mom, and by you guys to see you two mature and turn into capable young men with like these amazing futures ahead of you.
So I'm gonna say a couple words too, because I wanted Mom to understand just how influential your boys are, not only to me, but to the rest of the staff. There's a couple innate qualities about people that you can't really teach, and I've explained this to both these kids, I think, at one point, these young men. Leadership and charisma are two things that really stand out for both your students, both your sons. And when I say charisma, I mean unteachable, innate leadership ability. People want to be around your kids all the time, and they're influential, and you can't teach that. Some kids will never have it, and both your young men do. And that's a quality that will make them very successful in life if they use it in the right direction, and I think both of them will. Justin was the very first kid I ever talked to on this campus, and I could tell right away, I'm like, this guy's a leader on campus, and he also, he's influential, not only to staff members, but to his peers. And sure enough, he proved to be a very powerful communicator, a very powerful leader, and not only that, I would seek advice from him sometimes when there were some things that I needed to accomplish on campus, knowing that I needed some buy-in from students and things like that. I knew exactly who to talk to. Jason, I think he's your level-headed one. I think that he has leadership ability in another direction where it's more like he thinks things out. He sees maybe what could happen, what would be good, what would be bad. And that intelligence that he possesses too will help him in life. So both your sons have some qualities that really you want in every person, but you can't find in a lot. So I want you to say you did a wonderful job raising your two young men here, okay? You guys ready for the good things? All right. First off, I have a letter that's presented to you guys by our Board of Education with Ventura County Office of Education. I'm not going to read this, but I'll first present it to and now we're going to go on to the very most special part of this. And if I could have both you guys stand up for me, okay? You ready, Mom? Okay. It's with great pleasure I, Brett Taylor, Director of Alternative Education, proclaim to all those present that Justin and Jason Pitt have met all graduation requirements for the state of California and for the Ventura County Office of Education, and are now ready to become members of the high school graduating class of 2020. Everybody, congratulations, Justin and Johnson. Justin, here's your diploma. Jason, here's your diploma. Okay, congratulations. Now, graduates, traditionally, they move their tassels from the right side to the left side to indicate that they have achieved the end of studies and began a new phase of life. So Jason and Justin, please move your tassels. There you go. So now, I hereby present to you Jason Pitt and Justin Pitt, who are our newest members of the Gateway Community School Class of 2020.